Let's say mic works. Mic works, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Excellent connection. Go to the actual stream. Sweet. So it's live. Okay, so what was I doing here? That's not necessarily correct. Control bounds should be the geometry. Control location, control bound. Okay, that kind of works. The caret size is just totally arbitrary though. It looks so tiny. Is that correct? I mean, yeah, I mean, like this, the UI setting is 1 pixel. So for instance, if we change this cursor thickness, look at that. Works dynamically. Ooh. That's way too thick. Holy crap. Yeah, I suppose we should honor whatever the system settings is. So, yeah. That's what it's going to look like. But it's difficult to see that you even have focus. Like, I feel like the offset should be like a little bit more. It should be like plus. To just shift it. Maybe even more, actually. Oh, wait a second. Did I just shift it even? Caret +1. Yeah, what are we talking about? Oh, that's the derp. I would need to add 1 to each of these things, right? Yeah. Shift the whole rectangle over. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. Thing I don't like about there is that, like, what's it called? You know, larger text sizes will resize the line edit because the font. I don't know. But I suppose we have to do that, right? It's not really that big of a problem, I don't think, for like standard characters. But when you type in a different language, it increases the size. So, let's see. I'll just ignore it for now. I'll ignore it for now. So what haven't we implemented as part of this? Oh yeah, I was going to implement like a widget hierarchy, right? I had the base class widget. I suppose we could have some protected members like I don't think I have a let's just pretend that the animation manager we want to animate the widget geometry, right? Eventually. So it makes sense to have the width and height and X and Y be these. I don't need this initial rect thing anymore. Actually, you know what? No, you do kind of need that. Let's make the animation variables for or getters for these. Yeah, could be good. actually. I don't need to do that. Okay. Sure, I'll add const. This it's geometry of a widget though. It's the initial geometry. First off, this is a widget. Yeah, you could make some. You gonna say that? Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. I wonder though, could this be virtual? Well, first off, we're not doing the whole registry thing because it's unnecessary. So instead, we're just going to have shared pointers, 2 widgets, have widgets. Oh, that's not how that works. Then what we're gonna do is here. I don't need that anymore. I can just do for auto and widget. Widgets. Sorry. To do determine. Actually, determine visible set. Well, ideally there shouldn't be any widgets that aren't visible. But determine necessary updates using, I don't know, so KB tree / tree. So just a scene graph, because we don't want to update everything. So actually, I don't even think we need to update anything necessarily. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see eventually. Eventually, drawing, we should just draw everything. What? Oh, yeah, sorry. Virtual draw. Okay, so now in here, Oh, shit. Yeah, actually, instead of here, I can just do auto line edit. I'm wondering, what's the best way to do this? This thing needs geometry. Now, is it a I made a default constructor, but I don't think that makes sense. Actually, you know what? Um, yeah, I almost kind of want to make this a just sort of like an interface. Actually, this should have. Okay. Uh, so, line edit. If they're responsible for their own drawing, it doesn't really make a ton of sense. Where do we want the fonts? Brushes to be gathered from. Let's just do this one step at a time. So this thing is a widget. It has the draw. You can mark that override. It needs the D2D DirectX. Okay, size hints. Okay, so this is effectively this, the control bounds. So we can do this. We have this geometry situation. Factory. That's basically what we have in drawer at the moment. So we have this guy, which I don't need anymore. I can just say and I think go into here. I need to create a geometry. What does line edit take? A pointer to geometry. I mean, just, well, for shits and giggles, then we'll just do this for now. Ignore the obvious memory leaks. And just do that. Just to get everything working again. This needs the timer. And what's going on up here? We got, we had the label stuff. I am just gonna ignore the label for now. We'll go back to it eventually. Let me just comment it out then. I'll recreate the label another time. See, do we get any errors? Probably. Yeah, something failed. What failed? What? Why are you doing that? Error. Oh. That's why. Actually, Yeah, this file can just be empty for now. Okay. Everything still works. We have our line edit. Still works. Do we have any? Do I have any viewers? I don't know. Let me know in chat though if you're here, chilling. And if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so we have that working. These are the ones we haven't really done much with. Forget this has the composition segments, which I'm not really interested in. Does this ever get hit though? We should probably this one definitely gets hit. Go back into debug. Okay, but then if I do this, just press on format updating, didn't get hit at all. No, I don't want to do that. Let's see. 3 concurrent viewers, so I actually have viewers right now? Oh no, it just dropped down. Okay, yeah, so format updating. So reason none, range. It's format updating. So what are in the args? Dot. Yeah, let me look at the format updating situation here. Windows UI. Text core. Core text format updating event. Format updating. Cursor on the text noticer needs to apply a different format to a particular range size, usually happens to composition. Okay, so what's the format? Gets the value represents the background color, sure. Gets the value represents the range of text. The text I'm inserting is the format, sure. Because the value is the reason, sure. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah. Do we need to handle that? Do we? Definitely need to do that. Hey, let me know if you're watching. I mean, type something in chat. Hello. Hello, anyone. And let me know if my mic doesn't sound good or isn't loud enough. Yeah, should be good though. Let me check OBS. Yeah, I mean, looks like it's fine. Um, 4 concurrent viewers now. So yeah, if anyone is watching, so basically what I'm trying to do right now is I'm working on sort of like custom UI using Direct2D and Windows runtime APIs. So right now, if we run this, yeah, let's see. If we run this, we have this sort of little line edit UI, and then you can type text into. Like, hello. You can also move around within the text. Selection isn't working yet because I still have to capture sort of the mouse, mouse presses across and mouse dragging, but at least moving left and right through, stepping through the active I don't know, index within the string works. Also, I need to clip things properly, so if you run off, it just sort of wraps the text, which we don't want. Ideally, it should, instead of wrapping like that, it should just clip at the end of the line edit and either move the text left, which means shift everything down and clip backwards as well. Yeah, or just don't do that. Now the built-in Direct2D clipping flag, unfortunately, it doesn't really work properly because what it does is it sees a white space or a line break as where to clip. So if you were to do this, for instance, the second you hit this next K, it'll delete everything back to this space, or it'll not render everything back to that space, which is not ideal and not what you want. So to actually implement this properly, we need to do some probably, I mean, there's multiple ways. We could either do like some text analysis using direct write and looking at the right layout, or the direct write layout, text layout for the line edit, and determine whether it's exceeded it and just don't render it. Or what I think could be an easier way is we just only draw. Basically, we maintain the a sort of draw state of an end, and that's not good actually. Because we shifted the caret, it's one extra from what we want it to be. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to not do that. I guess we could maintain an internal state that just is our sort of display maximum for how much of the string we can actually display within this, and then just sort of only call draw text with that string. So basically build a text layout that only contains the maximum visible string at any one point in time, and update that dynamically as the user moves through the string. I suppose that's the idea. Yeah. That's it. So let's try and implement that. Also, as you can see, I have a lot of this UI animation stuff. So I'm using the for the UI. I decided I'd like to try and use the Windows animation framework, which handles various different types of scheduled animations, such as like smooth step or cubic or sine or all those types of linear and nonlinear animations. So basically, we could smoothly transition UI between scenes and stuff, which I think would be cool. The only downside to that, to restricting ourselves to that animation library, is that it's all single threaded, so and it all has to happen on the main thread or the same thread as the core window. So yeah, unfortunately, that's not ideal. But I guess it doesn't really matter because it's just the user interface. Everything else, like the game rendering using DirectX 12, can still happen across multiple threads, as well as the resource management for that. But for the UI specifically, that all has to be scheduled on the main thread, which will happen after the DX calls anyway. But yeah, that's the idea there. Okay, so we got this user interface. We load from this XML file. I'm not totally like thrilled with this idea of specifying the geometry exactly, because you don't really care, right? Like if you were to make an editor, like for instance, I mean, I probably have it, right? Do I have it in here? Let's see. I think it's still installed on my computer. If it's not, then whoops. Yeah, let's see. Right. Yeah. Let's just use this as an example because I use this for my work all the time, right? So if we were making a like using this, right, and we create a widget, right? This is Qt. If you add in, let's see what their line edit. I mean, their line edit's a more complicated widget because it's basically multiple things. But see, a widget has a geometry associated with it, and I suppose you can modify it, right? Like I could make that line edit like this, right? Huh. Just for practice sake, let's see what this entails, right? So if I go here, I think there's a project I already had open that I can just modify the files of. So yeah, I have this main window, right? Card. Let's delete that. Let's just delete the central widget. We don't need any of this crap. Oh no, you can't delete the central widget, but you can delete the splitter. Menu bar and status bar we don't care about, but so let's put this line in. It doesn't have a Why can't I break that layout? Yeah, there we go. So now it has no layout. So it's just sort of like whatever, right? Let's see. Is this still gonna work? Okay, it's building again. Oh, whoops. Can't see this put off screen. I'm running a project that's gonna build and show this UI. Okay, so like here, for example, is what that line edit looks like in Qt when you make it gigantic. It looks like they centered it. And it just doesn't care about all the extra space. So it lets you do that however you want, right? Now, if you were to lay out vertically, the size policy is now fixed. The geometry is uneditable. And I think it probably calculates the geometry based on the font. But we'll see. I mean, if you make this like 20... Yeah, see, it calculates the whole geometry based on the font, which is what we're doing as well. So, I mean, that's not really... That's not a bad idea. So I'm not sure if us specifying geometry here is really the best thing to do other than the X and Y, because we need the X and Y, right? But we also need a width, though, because we don't have layouts, right? So like what we did there was we created a vertical layout, which effectively constrains this line edit, vertically within this widget, parent widget. So we don't have layouts at the moment, so we would have to specify a width. So I suppose we could just do this, right? That's what our geometry would look like. But we could just ignore the height for the line edit, I suppose. Which will come in the size hint, right? Because when we implement the size hint, get size hint, we're just going to ignore, which we do, we ignore the geometry's height, and we just take the font height, and that works just fine. Cool. So I guess that makes sense that we're doing that. Now, do we need this get control location, get control bounds? The idea behind this was that the line edit specific things are the on layout requested, and so the Cortex services. And hold on, let me get the stream thing up just so I can see what's even happening. Oh, and I don't even have chat up, so even if people were messaging me. The Cortex services manager is going to ask for information about your line edit or your custom control. And so it asks for two things. It asks for the text bounds, which let me look specifically if it says anything more about the reason it needs the text bounds. Like, is there like a specific layout requested? Recursion uses a bounding box of range of text and of the text input control itself. Okay, so I guess that's the case if you wanted to. I mean, let's see if it says anymore. Yes, the screen corner is the bounding box for a range of text or the text input control. So layout bounds, Cortex layout bounds. Okay, control bounds. So text bounds. So they say anything about screen widths or a range of text. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think. Well, this would just be the the text layout size, width and height, and then the position. So like that. Control bounds. If we wanted to make this slightly larger, so for instance, the size hint. Like, what if this was the bottom was like, I don't know, times 1.5. Yeah, the reason for that, the caret doesn't extend all the way because the carets on draw. The rect for the carets bottom is the hit test metrics, which is only factoring in the text we're rendering, which makes sense, which is good. Thing is, the position of this needs to be the center of our thing. So let's see. So left, that's fine. Top hit metrics, top plus 2F. No, this should be plus. I wonder what that looks like. Oh, yeah, I forgot to measure it. Oh, no, that's just moving. And then this thing needs to happen here, too. 0 plus that. Let's do this. So I can correct in that. That's not really the full. It's not really centered. Oh, and the text, of course, is not going to show up there. So how would that work? Oh, because that's not the height of this, too. Hit metrics top. Metrics top. So we have basically here. Move it down. So we actually don't even use the caret Y. that's because it's kind of like a rounded rectangle. And the stroke width is higher than the... To get the center of the rounded rectangle, that should be fine, just assuming that we just ignore the chamfered corners. No, see that's clearly not off. Oh wait, top. Yeah, hold on. That's what I want. No, whoops, sorry. I think I still need the plus. Okay. Second. So it's like almost at the bottom. So hit test metrics dot top plus hit test metrics dot height. The top. Centered. Oh, you know what we could do actually? That just makes this totally easier. Hold on. So let's just ignore all that. Everything we just did there. And ignore that. Actually, no. Yeah. Assuming you make that slightly bigger like we had. So the way we'd want to have text drawn in the line edit is, and I do that, I guess, when I create the font. No, it's got to be the layout, right? Gotta be the layout. No, it's gotta be the font. I know I did this. Oh, I did it. Did I copy that, comment it out? At one point I was drawing the let me get open here so I can try and figure out where this happened. Oh yeah. The text format alignment. That's what we want. Okay. So I suppose we could just do it right before we even render, right? Or you know what? I'll just do it in here for now, just so that we know. Text format, set text alignment. Do right. I think it's leading, or no, trailing, sorry. Trail? I always get those mixed up. Right. So is that necessarily what we want? We want the paragraph alignment. Oh no, we want paragraph alignment near center. Let's see. See if that does what we want. Okay, no, that that puts it in the center. No, so we want the text alignment leading paragraph alignment center. Okay, and so I thought that this was working at one point. Oh, because the origin. Hold on. That's because draw. Oh, sorry, it's in user interface draw. Draw. What the heck? Draw. This thing's transform is there. I'm trying to move it to. Yeah. This goes to draw, transforms it to the left and top, and then we draw relative to that. We draw this at 0, 0, and then we do the draw the text layout at 0, 0, which is not what we want. We want we technically want like I don't know, like 5. Oh, not that. Actually, we want 0, but we want like 5. Let's see where text gets put after shifting it. Yeah, see, now that, I mean, that was just lucky that it is like centered. I mean, it's not always going to be the case. But man, was that lucky. Wait, why is that the case? Why is it centered? Oh, because the translation is 100. So 5 times 100, 500. Or no, is that 105? Yeah, either way, that's not gonna work out. Because I could like. Where's that want to go? Where's it go? Yeah, we set this to like 10. What is that for yet? What's that do? And then let's say if you put it at 100. Almost looks like it's 2 times the thing. So if we put it at 50. Yeah, you know, it does actually kind of make sense. So if we did, I want this to be like 2 and 2. But the text layout itself should be that's the problem. This needs to be the geometry dot, or this needs to be. What did we say it was? In the get, yeah, sorry, get size hint. Oh, really? Are you sure it's not resolved? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Bottom is 42. Yeah. Ah, okay. Hold on. Yeah. I could try and solve all this arbitrary text stuff, but instead I think the best idea would be to grab the initial height. So yeah, grab the initial font height. We'll just use that. And then every time we call this and we recreate the layout, we set the max to that. Like, yeah. Oh, and where's the get size hint? This should just be size.height. Test. Cool. See, that's the weird part, is that why is it resizing the... Oh, because I messed that up too. Draw. See, this should be actually, you know what? Do that instead. 2D1 size. And so then the height. We only need to do that once. We do it in the constructor. Okay. text size. Yeah, I'll do it here. Font size. It's really, yeah. Font size. So. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yikes. Mayday, mayday. Visual Studio crash. Close the program. Let me reboot that. Okay. Where were we? Let's try. There we go. Let's see, font. Come on, resharper. Oh, it takes forever sometimes. Font size dot height. Oh no, dot. No. Height. Okay. Is that the only place that I call that left? Font size dot height. Okay, this. Oh, what else failed? Oh, something down here. Oh, font size dot height. I want to see what happens now when I type in a larger font. Does it just overlap the thing here? So this is a test. That works. Yeah. So this, it's interesting. It definitely is. Like instead of so when you do the replace, is it with the replace text? I think it's probably the format updating. Maybe I should do args dot or it's probably the layout requested. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. What do we do? I don't like. I want the line to stay the same size at all times. I don't know. It's like there's so much space on the top, right? I feel like I could just push this up, right? Like the difference. Couldn't I just push this up? Rather than pushing the line edit down, push the text up. I don't know actually. I guess it's not that bad to size the line of it to make it grow. Let's see. Let's see if it happens when I think it happens. We can call get text size again in the what's it called on format updating. Yeah. What's weird though is it subsequently will return oh, look at that. Okay. So the format updated and then it never gets called again until you do that. Until we do the other language. 828. Huh. Oh, okay. I see. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Yikes. Can't even see the J. Just realized that the J can't be seen. How does that work in, like, whoop, that's a bad example. Hmm. So J doesn't even work properly, nor does probably Y. Yeah, so let's see something though. Huh. Oh, wait a second. So that looked fine. And then you type J and it moves everything down. I think I'm gonna have to draw some debug rectangles for all of this. So let's start debugging some stuff. I need another font. And now that we created like this, I can just pass in the other font. So I can use handle font, I don't know, debug font. Oh no, I don't need a font. What am I talking about? I need a brush. I need a brush. Brush. Debug brush. Debug brush. And actually, I want this to be there. Debug brush. Okay, let's get a debug brush going. Oh, yikes. Okay. Debug brush. Okay, let me go to, and for the time being, I'm just going to add it. I'll call it, I don't know. What was it? That's what I called it before, right? Oh, actually, I don't even need to do that. I can just do. I thought I did that. That should work now. Brush handle there. Debug brush. Okay. And let's just test to see if that works by down in draw. Let's change this to debug brush. This should be red now. Oh, it's not red. So what happened? Hold on. What? Hold on. Oh, derp. Okay, now it should be red. It should be red. Oh, it's still not red. So what happened here? Deal brush. Hold on. Ah. Wait. Excuse me. Let me clean and let me rebuild. Yeah, what happened there? Telling me that I can't debug. There we go. And so this should have the correct thing. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, there you go. Oh, not red. It's like orange. Okay, and so now we're going to start drawing. I want to draw this text layout. Kits. Wait, hold on. Can you set? Oh, you can set a text alignment on the layout. Do you right? So an option to layout boxes. Okay, so but what about the layout box? Determine minimum width. Determines the minimum possible width the layout can be set to without emergency breaking between the characters of whole words. What is that value? I wonder what the value is. Yeah, I wonder. Determine min width. What does that even look like?